If you've been posting YouTube videos and it feels like the algorithm is against you, like YouTube doesn't work, or like you're completely wasting your time, then this video is for you. Because it is very likely that you are just missing this one key piece that will help you succeed on YouTube. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what that one key piece is. So let's dive in. Now, in order for this to all make sense, I must share with you where I was at with this business before I started this YouTube channel. Now, when I first started this business, Freedom Creator, I did not have this YouTube channel yet. In fact, with my digital products education business for photographers that I had before this business, I grew my following for that business with blogging and Pinterest and then eventually paid ads. So when I started this business, I thought, well, I can just forego creating an organic audience and I'll just run paid ads. Well, long story short, our revenue looked amazing and our profit looked terrible. So after several years of trying to get profit up and the cost of ads just kept getting higher and higher and I was working harder and harder and we were putting out more and more ads, I finally decided to call it quits on that lead generation strategy and pull the plug. What I did next was I tested 6 different organic growth methods, including blogging and Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and more. Now, I share all the exact numbers in my free on-demand training, which you can check out. It's the first link in the description below this video, and it's the link in the pinned comment below as well. But basically, YouTube outperformed those other social media platforms by over 200%. And that was in the form of getting more engagement, growth on the platform, growth with my email leads, and of course, making sales. So all of that to say, I turned off what wasn't working. I tried a bunch of other things. I saw what worked best, and I decided to go all in on that. And I thought, how hard can it be? Everyone says,
just be consistent on YouTube, be consistent on YouTube. So
surely if I post a video every single week, I will succeed in no time. Well, for the very first year I was on YouTube, I posted consistently. I did everything that all that free advice that you hear out there says, and I honestly didn't really grow that much. I think I grew from just starting to maybe 1,700 subscribers or somewhere around that in a whole year of posting videos every single week consistently. Now, this is where the one thing you're probably missing that's holding you back from YouTube success comes in. Because I see this all the time with YouTube, with other business owners. I see it in my comments. I see it constantly. Where other people did the same thing as me. They think, okay, we just need to post consistently and we'll keep doing that and we'll grow our channel. And like YouTube just takes time, right? Because I will say I put out another video about YouTube recently and a lot of the comments were like, I've been on YouTube for months or years, some people even 5 years plus. And they haven't even cracked 1,000 subscribers yet, but they're frustrated because they're posting consistently. And so I saw a lot of comments like,
YouTube doesn't work, or it's all a lie, influencers lie, it's not easy,
And I'm not going to say it's easy, but here is what I will say. And here is what I think is the key piece that could be missing that's holding you back from YouTube success. You know that saying that's like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result? Ooh, I know that's going to be hard to hear, but look, I was there too. And I see this a lot with previous me and other YouTubers out there is that they're doing the same thing over and over again. They're posting consistently and they are expecting a different result. And this is the definition of insanity. And so I can definitely see how you would be frustrated if you are in that boat. So for me, I had to come to terms with the fact that what I was doing wasn't working. Because sure, maybe some people would be happy with growing 1,700 subscribers in a year, but I wasn't. And I know that it is possible to do more. And you know that it's possible to do more because we see other YouTubers online. And I'm not saying they're blowing up overnight, right? But I've seen people go from 0 to 100,000 in a year or 0 to 50,000 in a year. And that's not like crazy results. Like I've seen it happen to a lot of people. So yes, I know YouTube takes time, but it kills me when I see people only growing like 100 or 500 or 1,000 subscribers in a year.
And they just think, well, it just takes time.
And it's kind of like, well, maybe we need to at some point admit to ourselves that what we're doing isn't working. And we need to humble ourselves and go do our research and learn to figure out what is actually working. Well, I can tell you that I did this. I told myself, look, I'm doing all the free stuff online. I only grew to 1,700 subscribers in my first year. Enough is enough. I'm going to stop thinking that I know what is best when I've never done this before? And again, I see this with so many YouTubers where they're just like,
YouTube sucks, it doesn't work, da-da-da. It's like,
maybe it's because you don't know what you're doing, and it's okay. You've never done it before, but like, why do we sit there and expect that we're going to know more than someone who has already done it and is doing it and knows what works? Because I can tell you, going nothing to 1,700 to 10,000, and then 10,000 to 60,000 plus, that there absolutely is a strategy that is much more than just posting consistently, and that YouTube doesn't need to take 10 years to hit, 1,000 or 10,000 subscribers. It doesn't need to take that long. There is a real strategy that needs to be learned, and we need to humble ourselves and realize that it's okay that we don't know, because this is something that's new, and it doesn't need to be that hard, and it doesn't need to take that long. And there are people who have already done it. So why don't we just go and learn from them, right? Now, before I get into the nitty gritty of what I did, what actually works, and what is the key piece that you're missing, I want to gift you my exact YouTube script template. This is the exact template that I use to script all of my YouTube videos that not only keeps me organized and consistent, but actually works and has a strategy behind it to actually help you grow on YouTube. So all you got to do to download that completely for free is click the link in the description below this video. So once I realized that posting consistently wasn't enough, I decided to seek out mentors. I decided to read books on YouTube, to take programs on YouTube, to take courses on YouTube, to book one-on-ones with other mentors who were well beyond where I needed to be with YouTube. And this, my friends, is the key piece that I see a lot of people missing. Is they're sitting there willing to suffer, putting out a video every single week for years and years and years, while only growing by maybe 100 or 500 or 1,000 subs a month, thinking, well, I'll just keep going. It just takes time. It doesn't need to take that long. There are people out there that already know the secrets that can help you. But you need to come to terms with what is a hard reality in knowing that you don't know what you don't know, right? And even though we're talking about YouTube, I can tell you that this has worked with everything I've done in my life. Like, if I want to grow my business or learn a certain aspect of something in my business, or I want to better something in my life. For example, I recently signed up for pottery classes. Now, I'm not going to just throw on the wheel with no strategy and just hope I get better over time. Why would I do that when I can have an instructor show me the exact methods step by step on how to throw a bowl? And guess what, guys? If I had tried to throw a cup or a bowl on my own, it would have taken me months. But instead, I was able to throw a cup within my second session because I had an instructor showing me step by step. And I know a lot of you guys out there have been burned by programs before. You think
all online education is a scam.
And I'm not going to argue that some of it out there probably is a scam. Some of it out there isn't going to get you what they're promising you, but most of it out there is good. Most of the programs I've invested in have really, really helped me. They have been well worth the money. So I don't want to see you fall into this trap of thinking you have to figure out everything yourself. It's just going to take time. It's just really hard. It doesn't have to be this hard. It doesn't have to take this long. If you want to have success faster, you're going to have to humble yourself and realize that you don't know what you don't know, and start learning, start reading books, start taking programs, start hiring mentors. You will get there way faster, and it will absolutely be worth it. In fact, one of the programs I invested in was over $6,000. And I remember being like, oh, I don't know, that's a lot of money, da 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 da. Now, there are several programs and books and podcasts and things that I learn from when it comes to YouTube. In fact, I've listened to every single interview out there with Mr. Beast. I've read every single YouTube book out there. I've taken like 6+ courses on YouTube. Now, the most expensive one was over $6,000. And I remember thinking, there is no way I'm going to spend $6,000. Like, how am I even going to make that back? And now I make more than that in 1 month from YouTube AdSense. Now, I'm not here to guarantee anything for you, but I'm hoping that this video leaves you inspired and knowing that there are good things out there to invest in. There are people out there willing to help you. And there is so much more to learn about YouTube than just posting consistently. So if you've been sitting there blaming the algorithm, blaming YouTube, stop doing that. Go out and learn from people who have come before you, because that is the key to succeeding not only on YouTube, but with anything in life. And it has worked for me time and time again. And if you want help growing your YouTube channel and your income from YouTube by creating and selling your own digital products, then I would love to invite you to my membership called Freedom Creator Club. It starts at just $59 a month. You can cancel anytime. And you can check that out by going to freedomcreator.co/club. That's freedomcreator.co/club. You can also check it out in the link in the description below this video. So remember, you can do this. What you are sharing in your channel is probably amazing. Your videos are probably amazing. You're probably even being consistent, but you're likely missing a strategy, and that is what's keeping you from growing on YouTube, because I am here to say that I also thought it was just about posting and being consistent. And I got to tell you, I learned so much more when I decided to really seek help when it comes to YouTube. I learned that there is so much more to growing on YouTube than just posting consistently. So I hope you will go out there, do your research, find yourself a program or a book or a mentor. And if you have absolutely no money to invest, remember that there is something called the Libby app. This is the United States library system. You can get your own library card completely for free. You can rent books through the Libby app. You can rent audiobooks through the Libby app and even ebooks through the Libby app. This is not sponsored by Libby. I just want to make sure that you guys know that there are resources out there no matter your budget. And I really hope that instead of just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, this video will help you realize that it's time for you to go educate yourself, learn more, and figure out what is actually going to help you grow your channel on YouTube. And now that you know the one thing that you're likely missing that's keeping you from success on YouTube, you might be wanting to learn my one-page plan to start making money from your YouTube channel from day one. But how do you do that? Well, it all starts with watching this video next here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be way more powerful. See you in the next video.